Listen close, we rise up from the ashes, digging for the truth, breaking old habits. We marching with the nesters, they laid the foundation, passed down revelation, sparked our motivation. In a world of facades, we peeling back the layers. Truth is the weapon that cuts through all the fakers. Phonets in our chest, reborn from deception. Eyes wide open, no room for misdirection. Every step we take, we honor the connection between past and present, forging our resurrection. Phoenix rises in truth, setting us free from the lies that they feed. We reclaim our beliefs, thinking differently, we'll break every chain. We dance for freedom, case by case, again. We cultivate vision, planting seeds of awareness, challenge the narrative, break out of the harness, digging deep for knowledge, unearthing the hidden. Our minds are the soil where the future is written, no longer confined by the scripts they prescribe. We write our own story, let the real one subscribe. One voice becomes many, together we rally. Freedom's not a concept, it's a move and a tally. Case, we break the cage. Dog by dog, we shift the stage. Phoenix rises in truth, setting us free from the lies that they feed. We reclaim our beliefs, thinking differently, we'll break every chain. We dance for freedom, case by case, again. Rise up, speak out, watch the new world breathe.
Hello, all you nesters. Welcome into the amazing Nest Friday night live. This is going to be an exciting one, folks, because I've got a lot for you. As always, digging down these rabbit holes we go with facts and evidence to show. So I just want to welcome every single one of you in there. In the nest, Caleb, nesters, mount up, get ready to fly. Love it. Absolutely love it. Amanda, hello, and she'll be back in 107 minutes. You guys must have been in early. 44 minutes. Wicca Blank Shady here. Man, it is boring out on the streets on a Friday night, and that is the reason I came to go live. I'm so happy to be here. Hi, miss you guys. Good to be back. Hey, Dina, good to see ya. Amanda, Phoenix, hey, love you. Hello, lovely, the Hollyberry, 7975, welcome in. Hello, Les, I'm glad you are awake. You must have set your alarm. And Rebecca, welcome in. Terry, welcome back. Art Cal, what is that? Art Seagal. Ah, I love your name. That is too cute. Art Seagirl. I love it. Welcome in. Donna Rosa, welcome in. Oh my FG Exo Bree, welcome in. Haley, welcome in. Marlena, Karen in the house. Whoop whoop. Sour Patch Kid, welcome. If this is your first YouTube live with us, drop a heart. Love to see where everyone is tuning in from. Also, if you are overseas, drop a little world emoji. All right, we got a lot going up in here. Do me a favor, since everybody's here, hit the thumbs up. Really appreciate it. Holly, welcome in. Good to see ya. Pandora, welcome in. Hey, what's up? Phoenix, when I sent you on TikTok, I was working and typing as fast as crazy, but I was worried they were going to Epstein, our guy. I hear you. Baby be in the house. Hey, what's up? Oh, good to see y'all. I love it when you guys say and welcome each other. That is amazing. Hello, my dear. Hello. Lies and speculation. Tell me all about it. I object. I object to this horrible thing that we watched. Hey, what's up? Watching from Scotland. Welcome in, Pandora. Welcome in my RV in Kansas. Nothing wrong with that. I RV'd for a long time. Yep, I sure did. We traveled. We loved it. We went to Grand Canyon. We went to the Arches, one of our favorite places to go to a lot. We went to Zion. Oh my gosh, that was so beautiful. We traveled all the way down to the Grand Canyon. We went to Bottomless Lake. Oh my gosh, if you've never been there, we went to Roswell. We went to the caverns. We did a whole New Mexico trip. We went everywhere in New Mexico. We went to the Albuquerque Balloon Festival. We traveled a lot. And I'm telling you, if you get a chance to travel, travel. You will never regret the experiences that you make. It's so much better than a bunch of stuff. I'm telling you, I taught my kid that. Teach all my kids. Make the best of life. You don't need to collect stuff. Enjoy traveling and enjoy memory making. So, welcome in. I am so glad we are here together on this Friday night, folks. I cannot begin to tell you. Um, you know, yeah, let's talk about this too. It is Friday, and Fridays are kind of like wind down weekend for me. Um, you know, it's kind of a weird thing here. So I'm half empty nesters. Okay. I'm a half empty stage. And if you guys know, you know, and you know, it's weird. It's just weird because at one time I had none in the nest and they were all gone. And then COVID happened and they all came back. So it's all new. It's all new. So now that we have Halloween gone and Thanksgiving is coming up, how many of you are ready to decorate? I mean, really decorate for Christmas. I mean, I'm sure people have saved over the years. They have a ton of decorations. So last year, ironically, holidays were coming around. I was getting a little skittish because of the fact that we had just moved again after moving 2 times prior, and I didn't have any Christmas decorations. I didn't even have a tree. And so I had to start all over again. And last year, we had to start all over. And I did it frugally, but I figured if this is the last time I'm going to spend money on a tree, I might as well get a really darn good tree. And so most of my spending money went to a nice tree, beautiful decorations. And so this year, I don't have to do that. I'm not spending a dime on any new decorations. So, I'm excited to decorate. So I don't decorate before Thanksgiving. Are you a decorator on Thanksgiving, before or after? Which one, when do you start decorating? I usually decorate in December. I can see Santa in the distance. The real one, not the Temu scary man. After Thanksgiving, after I changed my entire color scheme last year, I'm good for 2 years. Yeah, I mean, I pretty do neutral. And then every year for several years, I would buy one accent color. So, I mean, same tree, same decorations, even the little kids' handprints. Those are the only decorations I really had, the kids' decorations that they made in grade school, the little handprints, the turkey, the thumb, the hand. You decorate one day before Thanksgiving. Yeah, that's perfect. You don't, LOL. December 1st, when I have the energy, that is hilarious. Since my kids moved out and no one in Nashville, we don't do much except for the tree, no grandkids. Well, do you have friend kids? Like friends that have grandkids that you can adopt? We'll get back to that one. Oh, definitely get back to that one. Scotland, we don't have Thanksgiving. But I'm sure there could be a day that you just set aside for dinner and you basically have a Thanksgiving meal, right? Santa is money grubbing hoe. I love Salty Amanda. You need to change your name, Amanda, to Salty Amanda. I love it. In my home country, they don't celebrate Thanksgiving or Halloween. It's normal to see everyone here. Oh, yeah, beautiful. It's illegal in most states to decorate before the turkey hits the table, critic Rick says. Christmas can wait for after. I love it. Pandora, do you guys have anything special this season? We go to a family member's house and we do a potluck, says Les. I love it. Absolutely love it. What in the world? So here's a question before we get into this, because this is going to be really good. What's one Thanksgiving food that you think is overrated? I like that we go to a family member's house and we do a potluck. I love it. It's on Christmas Day and we give dinner with the family. I love it. Rick, it's illegal to have brain cells these days, especially if you're in Idaho, the portal to the Twilight Zone. Mashed potatoes is overrated. I would have to agree with you, Caleb. I love, yeah, pumpkin pie is overrated. I really don't love pumpkin pie. Green bean casserole unless homemade. Cranberry sauce. I am a cranberry lover. Oh my gosh. Yummy. I like it gelled. I like them whole. I like them fresh. Rebecca says green bean casserole is overrated. Turkey, unless it's fried, it's too dry. Mashed potatoes, said Caleb. Idaho mashed potatoes. Critic Rick, we don't do Thanksgiving. We normally have pizza and burgers, just another day. I hear ya. I remember one year we were so dirt poor. Let me just share this with you. I didn't have enough money to buy a turkey. So I went to the deli and I asked the lady, will you please slice the turkey breast that you have behind the counter in really thick, you know, slices, and I only need 5 of them. And she said, are you sure? And I'm like, absolutely. So I just wanted to let you know. Oh, this is amazing. Dina says, hello, everyone. Amazon has a deal for $25 for Thanksgiving meal that feeds 5 people. It will be available on the 12th of this month. Just FYI. That is freaking amazing. And if somebody in our community doesn't have $25 for a Thanksgiving meal, let me know. We would love to donate somebody in our community that needs a Thanksgiving meal. Absolutely. I love Brussels sprouts. Y'all, you are missing out. I slice them in half, sprinkle with olive oil, turn them upside down, bake them, turn them backside over, bake them a little bit, pull them out, sprinkle with Parmesan on top of them, and they are amazing. You will never eat them any other way. Les, we do hens. That is awesome. Yum, 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 yum. Honestly, I love work potlucks. It's like traveling the world without leaving the break room. We used to do break room soup. Okay, so you guys are making me hungry, and I just got done making chicken Alfredo. So let me with bell peppers. I love colored peppers. Okay, so let me get into this. All right. And for those of you, this is just a little PSA, FYI. If you are having a struggle right now getting your sleep in because of the time change and your circadian rhythm is off, a lot of people, you may or may not know this, but a lot of people dread the time change. Okay. This is a prime time when the time change to have a heart attack. And although I have to preface this with, yes, it does happen. Okay. Here is a good way to get out of that funk in a heartbeat. Get ready for bed, whether you need to go for a walk, take a long bath, a warm shower. Do this for me. Get relaxed. Make yourself go to bed. That means put your phone down. Don't let the blue light hit your eyes. Don't be on your phone for an hour before you go to bed. Get in bed and have a great night's sleep. Then immediately wake up. Set your alarm clock for when the sun rises. This is no joke, folks. If the sun rises at 6:42, set your alarm for 6:40. Get up, get outside, and at least get 10 minutes of sun. So if you don't want to get up that early, then go ahead and set it for a reasonable time where you feel it's a good time for you to wake up and go stand in the sun. It will set your whole internal clock, your circadian rhythm, and you should be good for a couple of days. Just try it for a couple of days and see if that helps, especially shake off the funk. I know that it's hard for you guys, especially when it gets really dark early. It does. But that was just a little tidbit of information. So, are you guys ready to get into it? Because we are ready to share.
Is innocent. Brian has been essentially convicted in the media. He has a right to have this information withheld, brought out in public so that people can see it's not this neat little package. So people can start to wonder if Brian's innocent. Your Honor, Brian is innocent. So if I talk about things that are in the affidavit, and if I talk about things that we're seeking that the state wants to hide, I think that's fair game for the public to hear.
All right, so let's get into talking about the Idaho 4 case. So earlier today, we watched Plunder. And did anybody go back and watch the rest of Bethany's interview on Plunder where we stopped at 123? Drop a 1 if you were able to listen to the rest of it. Well, I pull it up. Nope. Okay, so we can go ahead and listen to the rest of it. It was the Bethany audio interview. We did listen to Dylan's the night before. Some of you, Amanda 420, some of you were able to listen to it. Some of you didn't. So let's do this. We can go back. I think I started at 126:13. Okay. So let's do this. We'll start a few minutes before. And if you want to do a spoiler and tell us what you learned on the second half that shocked you the most. What did you learn on the second half that shocked you the most? When Baker asked Dylan why Dylan won't talk to him, was that the one? Yes. If he was adamant there's nothing she could have done other than advice against, I wish we knew the truth of how that went down. I was reading the new docs. Yes. All right. So the new docs was a motion to seal the filing order to seal the filing, and the new docs in regards to ISP, the forensic docs. I looked to see if any new docs were dropped tonight. Let me look again just before I went live. Actually, it was about maybe about 7:30. So it's about 8:30. So I didn't see any new documents from the ISP drop. So if you're talking about the new forensic docs, yeah, Terry, that would be awesome. So Les says Pandora, she knew the fix was in and she wanted to save his life. I don't know. So that's my theory. My theory is that if you listen to my video that I did, I know a lot of you are not on TikTok, but I did share this on my TikTok. I think I shared it on my YouTube also. So let me share it here first before we get into this so that you guys know what I'm talking about. I have a feeling the fix was in. Let's listen. I talked about it a little bit on the live this morning.
Can you believe this? I know you're smart. I know you can articulate all this, but can you believe? I mean, listen to this. Judge Hippler, in a sealed hearing, the redacted minutes from Kohberger's case. Now, listen to this. The judge basically said that the defense gave all 4 perpetrators, and basically the judge said, well, that's great. You're going to call all these frats and sorority women, girls, to court and get them on the stand. And Anne could actually question them. And the judge put in his notes in the hearing, he actually said, well, if one of them gets up there and confesses, great, but we're not holding out hope. What? What the frick? The judge basically said this, and I have the document, always attach the document for you guys to read. What are your thoughts about that one? He took the plea deal to avoid the death penalty. Y'all need to frickin' wake up. The PCR DNA that was done and the STR that was created is bull crap. Bull crap. I'll share with you more on the YT. As always, like and follow for more. Be well.
Okay, so I attached the court document. That was the court minutes that came out on June 18th, 2025. And that was what Judge Hippler said, 100%. I suppose during court, somebody confesses, that's a different situation. Anne was ready to go and fight for Brian Kohberger. She was 100% ready. And you know what I believe, in my humble opinion? I believe this. Unfortunately, sadly enough, she was up against a very powerful machine. We call it the justice system. I'm sure we would call it something different today. Like the good old boys club, perhaps, maybe. That might be a stronger word for that. But he actually said in this document that I shared, the defense is entitled to cross-examine the scope of the state's investigation and the thoroughness of the investigation and the reasonableness of the investigation. Certainly, questions may potentially come about why you didn't do this and why you didn't do that from the officers. Remember, she was ready to put all these officers on the stand. She was ready to put alleged perpetrators on the stand that were summoned by the state of Idaho to come to court to testify. She was ready to rock and roll. And I believe, in my humble opinion, not only did Hitler shut her down, but Anne was about to expose the University of Idaho and the frats, the sorority, the Greek life, and the state did not want that to happen. So what do? They bury it. They bury it. They bury it. They bury it. Just like when they took that house down, they buried the debris. The fix was in. That's exactly what Les said. And I believe humbly, in my opinion, Anne did not want to risk Brian's life on that stand. There was no guarantee that they were going to find him not guilty. Because let me just tell you this. If I was the state and I was doing the little jury and voir dire and all that other stuff, I would want to make sure that there were some Greek life people in that jury box. Think about this, folks. When I say up against the system, that system is a tight-knit, I don't want to say skull and bones, but something similar to that. The good old boy system. And there are women that participate in this good old boy system. And I believe Ann Taylor was not willing to risk Brian's life on the death row. I don't think so, in my humble opinion. Would you do that? Would you really risk someone's life just to try and prove the university and those in the Greek life system were at fault, allegedly? Yeah, I don't think so. I think Anne was stand up to the end. And you do know that Miss Mastoff, is an appellate attorney. She will be the one that will take and follow up on the case. She is the only one that will probably be able to follow through with some type of post-conviction relief. See, because Kohberger's not the first to go down like this. Definitely not. And it's a little sad. I mean, I've talked about this before. I've talked about the reason why that campus division on the university is there. I've talked about Blaker and what he does and his little, division out there and the campus security, all this stuff. It's terrible. It's terrible. I'm learning more and more that at these universities, there was a kid in South Dakota. I don't know if you've heard his story. A kid in South Dakota had about $80 in marijuana on him. He got busted. They turned this young 20-year-old into a CI. 2 weeks later, they found him with a bullet hole in his head and backpack of rocks at the bottom of a lake. So when you have something that goes wrong like that, a CI that goes wrong, this stuff is in a lot of places, not just in Idaho, guys. It's terrible. Absolutely freaking terrible. And I've never said I know everything, because I don't know everything. But I share with you everything that makes sense, everything that has a connection, everything that I can back it up with receipts, everything that is factual. I'll come here and I'll share it. I really don't have a problem sharing it. But when people get on here and they start saying, oh, she doesn't know nothing, you'd be surprised. I talked to an appellate attorney today. Yeah, an attorney that specializes only in appeals. He gave me some factually good information. Now, I will never give legal advice because, like I said, I'm no lawyer. But I will say that I learned a lot of good information, and that's how you learn. You talk to the experts. And I'm sure that there's something coming down the pipe. Because you know what? If someone is factually innocent and they have literally been framed, and what do I mean by framed? I mean this freaking PCR that they did on Brian Kohberger. I talked a little bit about it. This morning. Gave you some good information on Judge Hippler. And yeah, totally 100% legitimate what they did. So here's something of interest. Real quick before I get into this. Shout out to Amanda. She just sent me this on Instagram. And right here, I'll read what this says. I know it's kind of tiny. The campus division, this is Moscow, by the way. You can go right to their homepage. Hey, Amanda, throw that link in the chat so everyone else can see it for themselves. Because you know what? It only takes one person, only one, to see something and share it. The only thing I ask you to do with the factual information we find is share with at least one person. Because eventually the right person is going to see this information. And this may be the only information that they see that is true. Now, the campus division teams up with the University of Idaho of Public Safety and Security, Homeland Security, and Vandal Security to ensure our campus remains one of the safest in the United States. Our officers have daily contact with the university community, promoting safety, security, and protection. You know what, Amanda? I'm going to go one step further. Now, I don't know if you all pay attention to Idaho's crime statistics, reports. You know, I would typically not, but since we want to put Idaho on the map, this blows my mind. You can go and look at their annual reports, crime statistics. You can go and look at crime. They stopped reporting for 2024, but they do have 2023, which went down significant. They did. But here's the kicker. Ever since I reported that Moscow, on their call logs, their blotters, ever since I reported there was some officer that was threatened, some drug dealing in the area down on King, and some other local happenings, they stopped reporting their blotter online. And now they only pick and choose what they put up there through different agencies in the area. It's absolutely crazy. It is crazy. So let me say, there is some sketchy, sus things still going on. Yeah, somebody threatened a professor. Some frat threatened a professor, allegedly. Well, it was written in the paper. And if you've noticed, if you go there, you can go and see the daily news flashes and what they go out and take a look at and report on. Okay, so here is the November 7th log for the previous. Oh no, actually they have this log already up. So there's only 3 right now. You can go to the day before. Noise complaint, welfare check. You can go and see what's going on. Welfare check on Lewis, Rayburn, and 6. Traffic violations, civil calls. Neighbors, a new cat. A neighbor has been walking her cat back and forth and letting the cat eat the RP's plants. Suspicious person, circumstance on Steiner, believes she heard a gunshot. Missing persons, complaint of a vacant house with an open window, fraud, reporting a deputy called and told him he has warrants and needs to pay, parking problem, animal complaint, fraud, civil car calls, theft, other. But here's the kicker. You go on a Friday or a Saturday night and you can see what's going on in that town. Absolutely wild. Substance problem on Wallace Complex. I mean, you can go down and you can see everything that happens in that town. And these are the same things that have been happening over and over and over again. It's just a new year, new students, all this other stuff. It's crazy. And some of it still happens on King Road. Some of it still happens. So you can go back and you can take a look. I mean, November 4th, let's just take a look back here. Parking problem, suicidal person, sex offense, parking problem, other law enforcement calls, traffic hazard, found property, welfare check. You get the idea. Theft, found property, stray animals, disorderly conduct, child abuse. I mean, that's in almost every city, right? Almost every town. It is crazy because when you start telling the truth, they don't like it. But I digress. We live in a world of information and it's right at our fingertips, and we should share. We should share because we, the people, are tired of it. I, the people, I, the person, I'm tired of it. So let me just share with you a little bit about PCR DNA testing. Why is it so problematic? I'm going to explain to you and give you an analogy, and hopefully this will help people understand. If you don't know what PCR testing is in a crime investigation such as this, it is basically, I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to imagine walking into a kitchen. And this is what you see in the kitchen. So we're going to do an exercise real quick. Close your eyes. Imagine you were walking into your kitchen. And imagine there is flour everywhere. We're going to bake a cake. Just following a recipe with smudged ingredient labels. So you see flour everywhere, bowls with crumbs, smudged ingredient bags, 3 cracked eggshells, and some sugar on the counter, but no finished cake. Now, who put the ingredients there? Were multiple bakers involved? Or if the same person touched all the ingredients? You know there was a baking activity. That's all you know. And that's what the PCR DNA test, it's the same thing. It doesn't read DNA perfectly. It analyzes tiny, partial, messy DNA mixtures like crumbs on the counter. The computer uses math to estimate the probability that a specific person contributed to that mixture. The output is not, this is definitely their DNA. Instead, it says something like this. Given the data, it is X more times likely the mixture contains person's A DNA than some random person. What? Yes. Traditional DNA testing equals baking with labeled ingredients. This would be like full containers, clearly labeled, recipe followed, finished to start to finish. DNA testing says those ingredients clearly came from one baker. Now, let me break this analogy down a little bit more. It's like the cake analogy versus DNA testing equipment. You got the flour, the crumbs, the messy counter. In DNA terms, that's partially low quality mixed DNA sample. Guessing how many eggs you used in the cake analogy, and in DNA testing, it's estimating number of contributors. In the cake analogy, you have using probabilities to recreate a recipe. In DNA testing, it means computer uses probability models like PCA and STR mix, etc. The cake analogy, no finished cake to show. DNA, no complete DNA profile. Cake analogy, probably 3 eggs, probably some sugar. The DNA profile, probable match, likelihood ratio. And that's it. In one sentence, traditional DNA testing is like baking a cake with labeled ingredients. PCA is like trying to figure out what cake was made based on only crumbs and math. And that's pretty much how they did it. They took items from the crime scene, took items from Kohberger, knowing they were his, and then took his DNA extracts. They mixed them all up and said, probably his. That is exactly what they did. And I love how Yvonne said, patty cake, patty cake. And that's what they did. 100% hands down. Now you are the expert in PCA DNA in which they created that STR mix. It's that simple, folks. If you have someone's DNA, if you have some items of theirs and you mix them with the crime scene, what do you think you're going to get? You're going to get that individual's DNA. And that's what they did. How many times did they replicate it? Don't know. It just magically replicated and it was there. Now that you know this with that simple analogy, and that's all they had to tell the jury, that's not the only way they needed to explain it. And the only reason the tip was thrown out, it was going to be too hard to explain. I'm a baker. I use baking terms. So now that you know this information I just shared with you, let's listen to Plunder, because she shared it with us, the rest of Bethany's full audio statement. I'm going to play it at 1.5 speed so we're not here all night long, so you guys can get some good rest and finish up where we left off from this morning. Now, let me ask you this real quick. Did that baking analogy help understand what they did with the DNA? Drop a yes if that helped you understand by me explaining it that way. Awesome. Awesome. Good job. Now you can explain it to someone else. It's like baking a cake, but they didn't know what they were doing. All right. Let me put this up on here and let's listen to the rest of Bethany's audio. And let's drop it in the comments. I'm going to put the comments up on the screen. Feel free to leave them as we go. And let's get to it.
And did you get up at 8 or did you get before that?
I got like 5 8.
You went to your room to lay down?
No. Maybe 6-ish. 6:30-ish, something like that.
So obviously you started drinking earlier. Were you still fairly regularly drinking up until the point you went to a nap, or did you kind of slow down a little bit at some point?
Slow down a little, I would say.
How many total drinks do you think you had by that point?
I honestly do not know. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. The only reason I'm even asking the question is for two. One, trying to still be able to judge kind of your coherentness and everything like that during the night. But more importantly, if we ever go to trial in this, a good defense attorney is going to try and go after all of our witnesses for being too intoxicated and not being able to know what they're talking about.
Wow. Wow. Did you just hear what he said? Any good defense attorney will try to basically smash your testimony with how drunk you were. Wow. Wow. I'm just, remember, she's sitting down with her attorney and Blaker and the Nevada State Police at this point. This is almost halfway into this interview. We watched before this morning and then now.
So if we can get ahead of that, that's my curiosity. If you're a college kid, you're drinking, I don't care.
Yeah.
I really don't. So if you don't remember though,
I know how much I had like throughout the whole night.
Okay. How much do you think you had total?
A 12-pack of Heinens throughout the whole day.
And what is Heineken?
Plus your mimosas, right?
Yeah.
So what do you mean by a 12-pack of Heineken? Is that wine? Is that beer?
It's like a seltzer.
A seltzer. So similar
It's
to a White
4.5%.
Claw?
Yeah.
Okay. And how big are the containers?
Just like a White Claw.
So 12, like it's a standard pop size?
Just like
Or smaller?
I don't know actually. Like a,
They're thinner than a standard Coke can.
yes. Yeah.
But they're a little taller.
Yeah.
So still probably about 12 ounces. Where do you normally buy that at? Or where does it normally purchase out of your home?
Winco.
Okay. I can go there. And do you know how many mimosas you have?
2.
How much? Those are shots, right? They have shots in it?
No, champagne.
Just champagne. Do you know how big the containers was? The glass that you're drinking out of?
Just like a regular little wine glass, I think.
Okay. So standard size wine glass?
Mm-hmm.
Did you have this before the nap, or does it include after you got up from the nap?
The mimosas was before.
And no, and the
The Heinens?
yeah.
Some of them were before, some of them were after.
Okay. And when were you playing that one game? Before or after?
After.
So that one came after later in the night?
Yeah.
Okay. And you don't remember how much you drank total
Mm-hmm.
an hour?
I don't think a lot, but
Were you still drinking primarily your high noon poured it into the glass, or was there other?
I was out by then by the time I went there, so
Okay. So it's
just whatever was.
something.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So after you get up to get ready, around 8 o'clock, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you get up at 8 p.m. Now you guys are getting ready for what?
Sigma Pi.
What time did you head over there?
Well, me and Maddie, Ethan, and Xana, and then one of Ethan's fraternity brothers.
Okay.
Went around 9-ish, maybe.
Right at 9, before 9?
I don't know.
15
So
you guys
around
were
that time.
alone to get ready?
Yeah, not really.
Okay. Do you know who this other fraternity member was?
He's a freshman, that's all I know. I don't know his name though.
So you guys go over there around 9-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Do you go straight? Where did you go to? Because there's individual apartments and then there's the main portion of the
Well,
house.
actually, me and Maddie left first.
Okay.
They weren't that far behind us though. They're just a little behind us.
Okay.
And we went to our friend's room to put our drinks in there. And then we sat there for a second, but then went and found Xana and Ethan in Ethan's brother's apartment.
Okay. Okay.
And then we hung out with Ethan, Xana, and Ethan's brother
Yep.
for a while.
Okay.
And then people would like come in and out and say hi and talk and stuff. And then Maddie said that she was leaving to go to the club.
Where was Kaylee at this time?
At her house getting ready to go to the club.
So Kaylee never came over with you?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So then Maddie presumably then walked from there back to your place and then they left.
Yes.
What time was that at?
I do not know. It was, I can tell you after. It was after about 9:09, but
Sometime after 9:09.
Okay, I'm going to stop it right there for a minute because I want you to understand who's interviewing Bethany is basically Blaker. And if you go to Moscow's police department website, you'll see that he is on the staff directory, Dustin Blaker. Moscow Police Department, title captain, email. That's all they have on him. In order to find out what Blaker does, you have to click on a simple link under Campus Division. Under Campus Division, this officer is assigned directly on the University of Idaho. Okay? Then you can learn exactly what his specialty is. Campus Services Drug Enforcement. That's what his job is. His little badge, I've shown these badges before. There is a difference between patrol division, right? Being assigned to the department. And then you have, obviously, the other badge in that county is the Latah County Sheriffs. And then you also have the campus division. And that little campus division badge has the university on it. It's very easy to identify who works where. So if you see Moscow police officer and you see the town of Moscow, they're probably working in the town. If you see the badge with the University of Moscow, with the university logo in the city of Moscow, they're assigned to this simple campus division. This guy works at the university, at the little division. They have a little, like a, what do they call it? A little kiosk or a little hut, or they actually have a office on right there on the university. They are there to protect and serve the university. I hope everyone understands that, because this is pretty serious. They police and they work in partnership with the students, the staff, the faculty, the administration of the University of Idaho. It's an interactive partnership that supports the campus environment that is a safe and fun place to work, study, live, and recreate. That is what you need to understand. He is interviewing Bethany with the guys, in my humble opinion, allegedly, to protect the students. This is my humble opinion, and y'all have yours. You all have yours. So him and 3 additional campus patrol officers, I don't know why I keep saying parole, patrol officers make up the remaining segment of the campus division. They are hand-selected, I'm telling you, from the Moscow Police Department's roster who desire to be part of the campus effort. 2 of those other ones was Tesdall and Rosendahl. I don't know who the last person was. We never hear about it. That's who work together. And they work on a variety of topics such as alcohol abuse, personal safety, sexual assault, drugs, theft, etc. Keep that in mind when we hear the rest of Bethany's interview. Here we go.
Okay. So you're now still in this apartment, right?
Yes.
So now it's you still there?
Came a little later. Oh, I guess she didn't leave with us. She came later because she had to finish homework.
Okay. So now at this point it's you, Zana, Ethan, all hanging out.
Yeah, and was there too.
Okay. And then
came, I believe. I don't really remember what time she came. And then one of my friends, he came.
do you know last name? I think that was the one you couldn't tell me last time.
Her full name is something else, but it's super long.
And that's her last name?
Mm-hmm.
So what's her actual first name?
Or something like that.
I have it spelled there.
No, it just says.
Yeah, it just goes by though.
Yeah.
Okay. You know where she lives?
She lives at the sorority house.
Do you have a phone number for her?
Yes.
Yeah. So what time did you show up, do you think? Can you recall?
She texted me. Around 10 something.
Okay. So she shows up around 10. What do you guys do next?
We hung out there a little longer.
Okay.
And then we went into like the main party.
Do you remember what time? Who all went with you to the main?
Just me and we left to go to the main.
Do you remember what time that was?
No.
How long, if you had to estimate it or whatnot, do you think that he was with, once we showed up, how long after that until you guys went upstairs? Did it seem like a long time, short period?
45 minutes, 30.
Okay. Was still there at that point?
I can't remember actually.
Okay.
And then Xana and Ethan were later. I hung out with them a little at the main thing for a little, but mostly with you. And then me and you left.
Okay. Do you roughly remember when you saw Ethan and Xana up at the house? The main portion of the conference?
Not really. But I remember right before I left with you, I grabbed my backpack from the room and they were both sitting in there. Yeah.
Do you remember what time that was?
It was after 12:17 a.m.
Okay. Were they in there by themselves or was there anyone else in there?
From my knowledge, it was just them sitting on the couch. Yeah.
Okay. And then you and you go to...
Back to
Yeah, okay.
At this point, I wasn't there, just
Who else was at when you got there?
Our friend,
Male or female?
male. And then I don't really know the other kids that were there, but it wasn't very many other ones.
Was there at all?
No. She was there, but she left before I did. Okay. Before I got there.
Okay. So how long were you at this go around?
Not very long. I left earlier and walked back by myself and got home around 1-ish, I'd say.
And when you got home, who was there?
Just
They were...
watching Vampire Diaries.
So in the main living room area? Okay. What happened after that?
Then I came home and we watched Vampire Diaries for a little.
And they were already watching it though when you got there? Okay.
And then left.
Remember about what time she left?
I did not. After 1:21-ish.
Why do you say that?
I just have a picture with them at 1:21.
With?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So when you're referencing these times, you're able to recall them because you got photos? And so, when you say it's after
when
this
it's like
time,
a specific time.
Yeah, are your photos timestamped?
It's just on Snapchat, so it says like when you hold it down, we'll say
It'll show what time
it was. Yeah.
Okay, so it shows what time the photo was taken or what time it was posted?
What time it was taken.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so then that's how you're refreshing to see the time periods that you're giving us on your photos?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So then left shortly after you took the photo at 1:21.
She left after that photo.
Okay, so
I don't know how
you took the photo.
further
Okay,
along, but
and then she left. What happened next?
and Maddie and Kaylee came home. Well, went to her room, and I was just watching the show by myself.
And her room is on the main floor, right?
Yeah.
Right
So it's
next
like
to
right
the
behind
stairs.
the couch.
Okay.
And then Kaylee and Matt came home.
Do you remember what time that was at?
Around 2-ish.
Okay. Were they by themselves?
Yes.
Did they say how they got home?
I remember them mentioning something when we were upstairs. How they got home.
Okay. So you get home around 2, you're still watching Vampire Diaries, but from our conversation earlier, then you go upstairs?
Yeah, then came back, and then me, Kaylee, and Maddie were all on Kaylee's bed, just hanging out.
And you're on Kaylee's? From the bigger bedroom upstairs?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a photo about what time that might have been by chance?
Yes. Around 2:02.
Around 2:02. And when they got home, did you guys go straight upstairs? Or?
Pretty much.
Okay.
I believe. What I can remember. And then we were hanging out there for a little while Kaylee was like getting ready for bed, I believe. And then we went, or Maddie and went downstairs. I can't remember if Kaylee came down too, but me and Maddie took Murphy out to pee. And I was out there for like 10 seconds and like put something away in my cabinet and then grabbed some chips. And then I went back downstairs to bed.
Okay. Do you remember what time you put Murphy out?
No.
Was it fairly soon after this 2:02 thing, or was it much kind of like a half hour, 25 hour?
I honestly have no idea.
Okay. I'm a little fuzzy on at that point. Okay. But you do remember being up there for a while, at least long enough for Kaylee to get completely changed?
Yes. Yeah.
Did Maddie change during that time period too?
Not that I can remember.
Okay. So then, good.
When you saw them come home, was there anything about their demeanor or behavior that was different?
They weren't really happy. That's all I remember.
What was their level of sobriety?
It was probably the drunkest I've seen Maddie in a long time, in a while. And I don't know about Kaylee. She can.
But you said you hadn't seen Maddie that drunk for a long time?
Yeah, for a long time. She doesn't usually get that drunk.
But you couldn't tell Kaylee?
Not really.
So after you step out 10 seconds, you grabbed a few things and then went downstairs. What did you do when you got to your room?
I watched the show for a little. I don't remember how long I watched it though. And then I just went to bed.
And the name of that show again was?
Baby Daddy?
Do you remember the episode?
No.
And how were you watching it?
On my iPad.
And was it through your Hulu, Netflix? Hulu.
Plunder, true crime
And is that a
audio.
Hulu account you have?
Yes.
Is it your account that you pay for, or is it your parents?
My parents pay for it.
Okay. How much of it?
You know, what does all this matter? Honestly. What does it really matter if they're not going to investigate to find out who really did this? I mean, they're getting and gathering all this information. When they figure out, I would say probably by a little after Thanksgiving, when they figure it out and they're following those 3 individuals in Boise, why does all this matter? Because they're not going to prosecute the people that did this. We already know there's alternative perpetrators. It doesn't make sense. He's asking her things that they'll never ask for warrants. They'll never ask to get this documentation. They'll never ask. But here is my point. You'll get to it in a minute. You'll be like, wait a minute. Blaker's there to protect the university.
You think you watched?
I don't know, because I don't know if I started it, like I already watched some of it and then started it again.
Do you remember finishing the episode and then you fall asleep, or did you fall asleep during it?
I shut off the computer and then went to bed. That's all I remember.
Okay.
Because I thought I was tired.
So, computer or iPad?
Oh, iPad, sorry. I just used it as my computer, so.
No, it's fine.
While I was watching it though, Maddie came down and knocked on my door, but it was locked. And she asked if I had Murphy with me because she lost it. And I said no.
Was that shortly after you started it, or quite a ways after you started it?
I don't remember. I would say maybe shortly after.
Do you normally lock your door?
Yes, I lock everything.
Okay. What's the next thing you remember?
And then the next thing I remember, I woke up because I heard like a firecracker type noise. And then I saw like a little sparkler or something under the door. And then it like kind of went out. And then it's all like, I don't know, I was still half asleep and still pretty like, I don't know, tipsy I'd say. And then I just didn't really know what was happening. And then I remember either called me or I called her. And she said that she thought she saw someone and like wearing all black. And I said, well, Santa wasn't wearing all black. Maybe she's like ran by or something. And then she said, well, I thought he had like a ski mask on. And then I was like, and then I didn't really know what to think of that. I thought maybe she was like just seeing stuff because me and her got scared a lot from stuff like that. And, or like maybe one of Ethan's frat bros was like just playing around or something. And then I told her to come down to my room if she was scared because it's better than being alone. And so then she ran down to my room. And I tried to call them. None of them were answering, so I thought they would just like were asleep or something because I've called them before late at night when I scared them. They usually don't answer. And then we fell asleep. I woke up early.
So before we keep going there, you said you called them.
Yes.
Can you look up to see exactly what times all those phone calls came in?
Yes.
This is right after you see the sparkler?
That called you?
Pretty much, yeah. 4:19 and 4:20.
You called her, she called you.
I don't remember.
It should show on your phone.
I don't know what that means.
Can I look?
Yeah.
So she called. So you called her at 4:19, and it was a 23-second or 23-second call, and then she called you at 4:20, and it was 41 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you called her first,
And then she called you back. Okay.
And then I called Xana.
Wait a second.
Hey, I just saw something. I don't know if you guys noticed. I'm no masonry expert, but underneath this brick, when he places the tape, I'm going to try to get to there. When he places that tape under there, where is it? I hope I didn't go too far. Did anybody notice that brick is actually hollow? Did anybody see that? Let me see if I can find it again.
I don't know what that means.
Can I look?
Yeah.
So she called. So you called her at 4:19, and it was a 33-second or 23-second call, and then she called you at 4:20, and it was 41 seconds.
Yeah.
So you called her first,
And then she called you back. Okay.
And then I called Xana.
Wait a second. When you called her at 4:19, what did you say to her?
I said, did you hear that? Like, because I thought, like, the sparkler or whatever. And she said, I think she said yes. And I said, well, what was it? And then she didn't know.
Did you guys hang up then?
I don't remember. Apparently I got hung up, and
And then she called you
then
right
she
back.
called me again, I
And
guess.
then during that conversation,
I don't
Was
really
that when
remember.
she
I think
talked
that's
about-
when she talked about the guy.
seeing someone in the house and that?
Yeah, that's what I would imagine. We also had text.
Is that when she told you that she saw someone dressed in black?
I think, or from the text, I don't really remember.
When did you, can you look at your text then to see if she texted you that information? To see if it was before that call?
Around 4:22, so it was after the call.
Do you want to?
Sure. I do. Thank you.
So that was in a text communication.
Yeah.
That she said she saw someone.
I don't remember if it was both or one or the other.
It's definitely in there. She
Yeah,
talks
it's in
about
there.
black
Could have
and
been both, though. I just don't remember. It was all like I was half asleep still.
Well, I think it has to be a little bit of both because it first comes in, no one is answering, and this is from her. No one is answering. I'm really confused right now. You then respond, yeah, dude, what the fuck? Xana was wearing all black, so obviously you'd already talked about somebody being in black prior to that.
So maybe it was during the call.
Then she's freaking out. No, it's like ski mask almost.
So some of that data came from a call.
I think while she was texting me, he left.
Who's he?
Or the guy. I'm guessing the guy, because she said she thought it was a guy.
Suspect?
And, yeah. Because she, like, they made, like, eye contact as he was leaving.
Okay.
And that's, I think, when she saw the mask and everything.
And when she didn't tell that to you until later, though, right?
Yeah.
Where did she see him at, and where was she at when
She said, I believe this is what she said to me. It sounded like he was leaving through the back door, through the kitchen, when she saw him. Yeah.
So,
and where would she
think he saw her?
From her room. She said they made eye contact. I'm almost positive.
Did she say anything about being able to identify the race, or?
She said he was white.
She could tell that.
Mm-hmm.
You want pictures of that?
We have it. We should have it.
So she told you that she was able to tell with the mask, with the mask, that it was a white person.
Yes, because she said he had a big nose. I just remember her saying that to me.
She said that he had a big nose?
Yeah.
And then she ran down.
Yeah, I think he was like...
Yeah, because you made some comment about, she's making a comment that her phone's about to die. Mm-hmm. And then you told her to run down to you. And then that's when she came back down shortly after that, from what I can tell.
Mm-hmm.
And what did you say when she got there?
I don't really remember. Just that she was scared and we didn't really know what was happening.
Did you cover this with her initially, this section?
With her?
Yes.
Yeah, I've covered quite a bit of this. This is still tracking with what she's told me.
Okay, because did she tell you about whether this person had anything
in his hand?
She said it looked like a vacuum, so I didn't know what that meant. I thought she was just like seeing stuff because she was drunk still.
Did she tell you the shape of what she saw?
She said it looked like a small vacuum that he was holding. So I was confused. I was like, I thought she was like imagining something.
Okay. I'm going to grab some notes here. Okay.
For that, also, she said like a triangle thing, like wrapped around like a small vacuum. It was what she was trying to explain was really confusing.
This is what she's trying to explain
to
what
you. She forgot. I was so confused.
So just a quick question about the messages. Like you tell her to run down there, and then she says, "I'm screwed though."
Scared.
Oh.
I'm guessing that's what she meant. Well, I'm guessing that's what she meant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was kind of tracking too, is that she was scared right now.
And then
you didn't call 911. You didn't reach out to anybody else.
I thought she was like imagining something. Right?
Has she ever imagined something like this before? Or?
Well, no, but she was still half asleep and still drunkish. So I was like, maybe it was just some kid like coming in.
Okay. So you guys are both still very unclear.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of foggy head a little bit, both of you, because you're both just waking up, both still intoxicated.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you guys want to explore any?
No, we were just going to leave because just in case someone would like take in.
Besides seeing the guy, did she say she saw anything else at all?
She said there was something around his waist and it was like a vacuum.
Something like that. Yeah. I don't know. It was so confusing. She was trying to explain that. I just was not getting it.
Okay.
And then, do you want to know what time I called the others?
In just a minute.
Some segment in there, did you ever hear, either before or after the firework, the sparkler or whatever woke you, did you ever hear Murphy?
Oh, yeah, I heard Murphy bark a little, and then I heard, like, the pong table that was in our family room. Like, it's just like a table.
Mhm.
So then our family room kind of moved, but I thought, like, Ethan, he's a pretty big guy, so I thought he, like,
And that
was drunk and just hit it. But I don't know what time.
Was that before or after he heard?
It was all kind of all at once, I
All
feel
at
like.
once?
Yeah. But I don't know what time Ethan or Xander got home, so I was
Right.
just guessing.
But shortly right after you heard Murphy bark, the beer pong table get bumped,
Yeah.
and you heard the firecracker sparkler.
Yeah. It was all
Was that
kind of
also
jumbled.
kind of when? That's what.
And I
did
think
you
I
pick
heard
up and
Kaylee
call?
playing music too,
Okay.
dancing with Murphy. Also said that she heard music and Kaylee and Murphy dancing.
Okay. But you don't know what time that would have been.
I'm guessing around 4 in the morning.
Okay.
So right before you guys start to communicate.
Yeah.
But right after you heard Murphy bark, pong table, and the sparkler, that's when you called.
Yes. I think it might have been right after, maybe. I don't know. It's all blurry.
Right.
From you referenced earlier time 2:02 in the morning.
Mhm.
From 2:02 to 4:19, did you get any missed calls
Oh, yes.
from any of your other roommates?
Maddie called me at 2:53, but I don't know why. I missed it.
At 2:53.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to pin down is a time frame where other people in the house are still active, still alive, still talking, still communicating. So it's important for you. We're trying to narrow that window, right? So if somebody's communicating with you, trying to communicate, texting, snapping, anytime after 2 to that 4 o'clock window, he really needs to know that.
Do you track your sleep at all?
No.
Okay.
So at 2:19, we know Maddie's trying to reach.
2:53. She called.
2:53, Maddie's trying to reach you.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm
Could that have also?
guessing it's because she lost Murphy, and I
And
just
that's
missed the
what I
call.
was wondering, if maybe that was the same time period.
Because you were already asleep when she knocked on the door.
No, I was watching the show when she knocked on the door, so I'm
Okay,
guessing.
but you could have been right about that same time period.
Okay, so somebody asked me for a picture. Can we get a before and after photo? There we go. Caleb, that's for you. This was Hunter Johnson from that Instagram. Shout out to him. And that was the current from the documentary. So I'm listening to Bethany, and she says that Maddie calls her at 2:52. But why didn't she answer Maddie's call? Was Bethany really asleep? Yeah, she doesn't say anything about her toothache yet. Nothing whatsoever. Hopefully that picture helped.
And yeah, that's all.
Did you describe any color with this sparkler or this sound that you heard on your door?
It just looked like a little flame sparkler type thing.
So was it white or red?
It was like orange-ish.
Orange color.
That's what I.
Now, in my humble opinion, this is an excellent question. Shield Maiden 44 says, why didn't you answer the door for Maddie? That's what I want to know. My humble opinion is Maddie and Kaylee may have been locked out. That's what I think. Just my humble, speculative opinion.
And do you know what time he came to your room? Is there anything in there that can tell you that?
Around 4:25.
That was the last message when you told her to run down?
Yeah. And then I called Xana at 4:21.
So before you know.
Yes. And then I called Maddie at 4:22.
So right after you talked to,
Yeah.
you called that
And then I called Ethan at
Plunder,
4:22.
True crime
No answer.
audio.
Yeah.
voicemail?
Could you hear the phones ringing from where you were?
I didn't hear a scream or didn't hear anything.
FaceTime or just regular phone call?
Just regular phone call. And then I accidentally FaceTimed Kaylee at 4:30, but then I called her again at 4:31.
It was never that time.
Now, I have a hard time. Sorry, guys. I just have a hard time believing her. When you look at the room that looks like it was ransacked, and somebody forced their way into this window, broke some blinds, and they're on the floor. The vanity looks like it's been pillaged through and broken on the door. That looks like that happened almost all at once. Like somebody came through the window, broke the vanity, and was looking for something. Don't know what. Maybe when the officer asked, was there anyone who stole somebody's boy or stole somebody's cookies? The officers are asking them the questions that I believe they already know the answers to. And these individuals are playing dumb. I don't see how Dylan and Bethany hung out in this room, scared for their lives, when it looks like it had been ransacked. Interesting. But what do we know? We're just observers.
I used to know something like that. And then, I also called Maddie again twice at 4:29 and then 4:30.
Okay. And all of these, no responses or anything?
Yeah, but they never usually answer my phone calls that late at night, so I thought they were asleep.
Okay. So that would be normal?
Yeah.
If they were up, they've normally called the answer?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any idea in your house?
Sometimes Anna doesn't answer because
Do you have any idea, thinking a little bit more based off of what you know is in your house, of what that firecracker sound that the sparkler could have been?
I have no idea. I have no idea where it came from or like what it could have been.
Well, in addition to the, you told him that you heard the pong table slide on the floor like someone had bumped into it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear
like
anything?
cups fall or something.
You heard what?
Either cups fall off of it or like the table moved to the side.
Is that like right above your home?
Do you remember what position the beer pong table was in before you went to bed?
Like either it's just like that, like straight.
Coming from,
the kitchen, it's like right in front of it.
so not off to the side a little bit or anything like that?
Mm-hmm. Unless someone moved it to get past it or something.
Was it normally in that same position?
Yeah.
So if I were to walk from your kitchen in Dylan's area of the house, take the step up, and I walk into the living room area, it's going to literally be right in front of me. So kind of centered
Pretty
in the door.
much, or like a little to the side of the door.
Okay.
Just so people can get through. But
To the right or the left?
the right.
So it'd be more pushed to the right?
It would be more pushed to the left, like towards the wall.
Okay, it's where that little nightstand is?
Yeah.
Okay. Because it wasn't straight when we found it.
Oh.
It was kind of crooked a little bit, so what you're saying makes sense to me now.
So I'm not familiar with the house. So your room is on the bottom floor.
Mhm.
So is there a set of steps, half set of steps?
There's a full set of steps.
So like 12 steps-ish?
14.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. And then when you get to the bottom of the steps, where's your room?
There's one room straight across, but no one lives in there. There's a bathroom right next to it. And then if you go down a little hallway, it's my room.
So, you have something, sir?
Go ahead.
Yeah. So like for something to be like reflecting underneath your door, you would have to basically have something down in that kind of hallway.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like, something L or something. I don't know.
Did you have anything up on that rail at the top that led?
People usually put cups up there, but it wasn't a cup or like a can.
So if I were to go down the steps from the living room to yours, there's that little rail right there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember having anything, like a candle on there? Was there anything else on there?
Mm-hmm.
The only other
The
thing.
only thing that I could think of that anyone would put up there is cans or cups.
Okay. Do you remember if there was a stain or something that got spilt on the stairs the night before?
The night of the formal, there was Coke or something spilled on the stairs.
Like towards the bottom,
Towards
middle,
the
or
top.
towards the top? Okay.
That's what I remember.
When you went to bed, do you remember, were there like a lot of cans or anything like that on the floor down at the landing next to the front door?
There was a box of, I believe, my items and like a backpack.
Do you remember any loose cans that you...
People put loose cans there all the time. I don't know.
Okay. Do you remember stepping on it or stepping around it when you went to bed?
Not really.
Were there quite a bit of light still left on in the house?
Yes, my hallway light was left on, And I believe most of the other lights were left on, but I don't know. I don't know if they turned it off when I went to bed or anything.
You had told me that you had walked home. When you walked home by yourself, you got home at 1:21 a.m.
Around that time. That's just when I had that picture.
How did you tie that?
Just because that's when I had that picture of me like.
So it was before 121 when you got
Yeah.
there. Yeah. Okay.
So when you get home, sorry, Kaylee and Maddie were home? Or they came home after you were home?
They came home after we were home.
So people were watching the diaries
at
121. You took the picture with them.
Mm-hmm.
So you got home about 1 o'clock. Where were you coming from again? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And how far is that?
2-3 minute walk.
Okay.
Not that far.
And on that walk home, do you remember seeing anything? Anybody? Cars?
There's like car that drove past me, maybe 1 or 2, but cars drive past there all the time.
Okay. So nobody else walking? You didn't need anybody?
Mm-hmm.
And then which door did you come in?
That's not fun.
And is that on the same level as your room? Or
Yes.
Is that, okay.
Did you walk all the way to King, then around to Queen, or did you take the cutoff?
Just cut off.
Okay. Were there still quite a few parties in the area?
We're still doing stuff, and I don't know, that's all I assumed, right? But
Was there a lot of other foot traffic still?
no one really, I don't think, was out when I was walking, but
Was it cold?
yes. Yes. It was, it was like foggy that whole day, too. Like, I don't know. It looked weird.
Do you recall whether told you that this person she saw, or whether you had the shape, there was a shape of something she saw in his hands, whether it had a shape to it?
Well, she just told me that she thought it was a mini vacuum. So
She didn't just try to say it was circular, it was round, it was a triangle.
she said like something wrapped around or something, and then mini vacuum.
So something wrapped around his waist,
I don't know, yeah.
and then holding something else in his hand.
Like she said it was like a mini vacuum. I don't know what that would be compared to.
Okay. So what happened? So after you tried calling everybody, no one answered. Did you guys just then go to sleep, or did you do anything?
I fell back asleep because I was still out of it, and I don't know if she did right away. And then I woke up again earlier that morning.
About what time?
Do you have the times?
You have some times from your phone, right?
Yeah. I called my dad at 7:30, then he didn't answer, and I fell back asleep.
What did you call it?
My tooth hurt really bad. It's like inflamed tonight, and he's a dentist, so I was just wondering what it was.
And that was around 7:30.
7:30, yeah. And then he didn't answer, and I just fell back asleep. And then I called him back at 8. He also didn't answer. And so then I called my house at 8:01.
Plunder.
And they didn't answer.
Audio.
And then I called my mom at 8:02, and she finally answered.
And was still in the room?
Yes.
Was she
I can't remember if she was up or not. I think she was kind of up. And then I called my mom and asked her to put my dad on the phone, and then she said he called me back. And then he called me back at 8:09. And then I took Advil for my tooth. And then
Did you have the mirror?
yeah.
Okay.
And then I told about my tooth because she was up. And then I fell back asleep, and I don't know if she went back to bed. Because none of them would have been up that early anyway, so.
Okay.
And then
So you went back to sleep.
I fell back asleep. I don't know if she did. And then I woke up again and noticed that none of them are up still.
How did you notice that?
Santa's Snapchat location wasn't on yet. And it usually is at that point by the time I woke up.
Which was?
Which time was that?
I want to say 11:30ish, maybe 11.
And sometime between 11 and 11:30.
Yeah.
Was the only one in the room?
Yes. And then we were kind of freaking out because we're like, well, they would have been up by now. And so then I called my friend and told her that we were like scared and didn't know what was happening. And so she offered to come get us. And then we called because we knew that was with her and would come over and like help look around the house.
And that's when.
Yes.
Did you make any attempts to call roommates that morning? After you woke
No,
up?
because I knew I would either hear them walking maybe upstairs or Xana would have been up.
For the Snapchat location?
Yeah.
And you were afraid? Why?
Because they weren't answering and no one was walking and there's like Xana's location was up, so I was like, something's not right. So then we got scared and called it. And then she sent over, and then she followed, which shortly after he came over.
So when they come over, do you know what time they arrive?
No. Would know better because she called it.
Okay. But when they came in the house, how did they enter?
Just came in. He knows the code, so he came in.
And then where did he go?
And then we came out and we went up the stairs, and then he said, "You guys need to get out and call 911."
So was he ahead of you?
Yes.
When you came out of your room, what did you see?
Nothing really.
Nothing out of the ordinary, nothing
Is this
different.
like carpet floor,
No,
tile,
hardwood.
hardwood,
No,
laminate,
tile.
laminate?
All right, hold on, folks. I'm going to get us back up and running. Don't know what happened. Either somebody's upset with us sharing or they're upset with us sharing. We're going to get right back to it. We are about 15 more minutes to go.
Pretty much the top.
Okay. How far ahead of him was compared to you?
He was like on the other side of the railing.
So he had already turned around the railing?
Yeah.
And where was he heading?
Xana's room.
So he was walking
And he
towards
saw
her.
into her room.
Okay. Did you see it into her room at that point in time?
Yeah.
Okay. Where was in relation to you?
I believe she's ahead of me.
So she's ahead of you. So she's also.
Yeah.
So you guys are now at the top of the stairs. As you're looking past, what do you see?
Xana on the floor.
What's that?
You can see Xana on the floor. Okay. Could you see?
Was the door fully open? The bedroom door?
Or partially open?
More than partially, but not.
So she's saying the door was open, half and half, partially. So what happened between the time that Dylan and her walked up? Hunter went back up. I guess maybe he opened the door fully.
All the way.
Okay. Is that normal? Does she normally leave her door open? Or does she close the door?
I think she normally closes it, but I don't think she closes it. But I don't know when she's drunk. She usually wakes up before I do.
Are they now married? Wicca, do you know the answer to that? I'll wait for your answer. Did they get married? Because I saw this picture. And I wasn't too sure. In Hawaii? Did they get married in Hawaii? That's what I thought. Because, you know, husbands and wives really don't have to testify against each other. Yep. That's what I thought. I saw their Instagram photos and I thought, man, they must have gotten married, but nobody was able to confirm it. Oh, yeah. Okay, so they did. I thought they got married in Hawaii. When I saw those pictures, I was like, they got married. They had to have gotten married. These are the pictures. Look how frail he looks there. I knew it. I just had a feeling. Yep. That's what I thought when I saw these pictures. So they got married March 22nd, 2024. Yeah, that's what I thought. Interesting. And they don't have to literally testify against one another. Alrighty.
Because up to this point, we still don't know when Ethan and Xana came home, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't know if they were home when you already got there.
Closed, I believe. Door open. It might have been open.
Okay. Do you ever use the bathroom next to that?
Sometimes, yeah.
Did you use it that night?
No.
Okay.
Not hungover.
When you got home that night, do you know whether they were in that room already, or do you know when they came home?
I have no idea when they came home or if they were in the room. I'm guessing if they were in the room, Xana would have came out and said hi and hung out with us.
I see your messages with Tony.
And where's Murphy when you wake up?
I have no idea.
You didn't see him when you went up the stairs?
Mm-mm.
Do you know where he is now?
You didn't hear Murphy once you guys started walking around. You didn't hear him though?
No, because right away, I said you guys need to get out and call 911 right now.
Okay. Are you the one who made the 911 call?
Yes, but I couldn't really talk, so then she took the phone and finished talking for me.
Yeah, because I've listened to the 911 call and it was kind of jumbled around and the phone got passed around a little bit. But so obviously, did you have any clue at that point in time when you called 911 what was going on?
I just knew something was wrong.
Okay. Because you could see Xana on the floor. Okay. Have you ever seen her in that position before? Has she ever passed out on the floor before?
Not this year, but I believe she used to when she used to get super drunk, but she hasn't really.
Okay. And from that distance, did you just see her or could you see?
I just saw her and then I left.
Okay. So when you called 911, where were you at?
Outside.
So when you said you need to go, you actually turned around and left, or did you stay there for a second?
We all walked down the stairs and then he said, you guys need to call 911.
So did he walk you down the stairs?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he went back up, I think, to check it out.
And you and were still downstairs? Mm-hmm. At the landing or just on the outside?
On the outside.
Okay. But he went back up?
Yeah, to make sure there wasn't anyone still there or something like that.
Okay. So you're calling 911. You couldn't talk, so then you passed the phone to And I know they were asking you all kinds of questions. Did you guys?
No, I passed the phone to.
Yeah, which she didn't know what was going on. Because originally you had called and said what?
I believe that someone was unconscious on the floor.
Okay. I think she also mentioned being out drinking the night before or anything like that.
I think she did.
Okay, so you call us, our dispatch, you tell them that someone was unconscious on the floor. You pass the phone around and she gives the phone back to you, if I remember right.
I can't remember. She did.
At one point, it sounded to me like you went back upstairs.
I believe, and maybe went up and went over to Santa to try to wake her up and see if she was.
But you never went up there. Did you stay on the phone at that point then with our dispatch?
I don't know if it was me. It could have been someone else.
Because it sounded like someone on the.
Wait a minute. Let me make sure that I understand what's going on here. Did she call them first? And then someone placed another call? Is there 2 calls, actually? I'm going to go back just a little bit because they're trying to gain some information from her that I think is important. Did she call dispatch on a separate call?
See,
I just saw her and then I left. Yes, I did.
So when you called 911, where were you at?
Outside.
So when you said you need to go, you actually turned around and left, or did you stay there for a second?
We all walked down the stairs and then he said, "You guys need to call 911."
So did he walk you down the stairs?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he went back up, I think, to check it out.
And you and were still downstairs at the landing, or just on the outside?
On the outside.
But he went back up.
Yeah, to make sure there wasn't anyone still there or something like that.
Okay. So you're calling 911. You couldn't talk, so then you passed the phone to. And I know they were asking you all kinds of questions. Did you guys?
No, I passed the phone to.
Yeah, which she didn't know what was going on. Because originally you had called and said what?
I believe that someone was unconscious on the floor.
Okay. I think she also mentioned being out drinking the night before or anything like that.
I think she did.
Okay, so you call us, our dispatch, you tell them that someone was unconscious on the floor. You pass the phone around and she gives the phone back to you, if I remember right.
I can't remember. She did.
At one point, it sounded to me like you went back upstairs.
I believe, and maybe went up and went over to Santa to try to wake her up and see if she was.
But you never went up there. Did you stay on the phone at that point then with our dispatch?
I don't know if it was me. It could have been someone else.
Yeah. Because it sounded like someone on the phone was going to go see if they were breathing or not.
It might have been.
Okay, but that wasn't you.
I didn't go back in.
So after you saw Zayna on the floor, you go downstairs and call. You never went back upstairs. You never went into the room. Okay, but you saw go back in. Went in.
I think she went in, and I think I went in.
Okay.
It's all kind of.
Okay. Did it ever be on the phone? Was she ever on the phone?
I don't think so.
Were you still standing outside when our first officer showed up?
Yes, but I was super scared, so I walked over to, where the white stairs are. I walked over there.
Okay. Did you mention anything or ask anyone about a defibrillator?
No, but I remember someone asking.
Yeah. Do you remember who that was?
I think it was.
Okay. All right. So she had your phone.
Yeah.
When these people came to the house after they were called, before everyone was walking, when there was that incident with the door being open, everyone grabbed the golf club and was walking through the house. Did anybody grab anything this time and walk through the house?
Oh, grabbed a knife.
Okay. Yeah, you mentioned that to us. But you didn't show up with a knife? Okay. What kind of kitchen knives did you have in the house?
Just some from IKEA and then some other ones.
Do you remember what color they are?
There was a blue, a gray, a green. That's all I can remember.
Okay. Are they normal kitchen knives, steak knives? Do you remember what they are?
Just cooking.
Plunder. True crime
Where do you keep
audio.
them?
Just in a drawer with all the silverware.
So if I walk into your kitchen, kind of located, because if I walk in, fridge is on the right, dishwasher's right in front of me, stove's on the left, and the sink is kind of in a corner a little bit, right next to the stove.
It's in between the microwave and the sink, and the drawer.
So did he grab a knife from there, or did he bring it to the
He
house?
grabbed it from there.
And you didn't see him do this, though, right?
No, but I think I remember the color, and it was gray. But I remember he said he was going to go get something.
Okay. And that's as he was walking back upstairs. He said he's going to go get something. Or prior to you guys even going upstairs.
I can't remember.
Okay.
Was this knives? Was this a set that someone bought, or were there individual knives?
Well, this one was a set, but there was also individual ones.
Do you remember how many were in the set?
Maybe 5.
Okay. Yes, we are watching Plunder's video. She was able to get the audio, and I wanted to hear Dylan and Bethany's audio interviews. Now, let me just state this. Regardless if you like a creator or not, Plunder was able to get access to the audio, which some of us don't have. And if she realizes by sharing this information, she's actually helping Brian Kohberger, well, sorry, Plunder. Thank you for your diligence in getting these audios. But in fact, the more these people talk and the more we hear, the more we know Brian Kohberger is factually innocent. There you go.
They were bought at IKEA.
Mm-hmm.
Who bought them?
I did.
So you could recognize the set again.
Mm-hmm.
Did you buy that here before you moved up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then I pretty much know what happened after that.
So can we go back to when you're going up the stairs and in front of you, right? You said you saw Diana on the floor in her room, door partially open. How do you know it was that?
It just looked like her.
Can you describe what she was wearing?
Black underwear and a black sweatshirt.
Was that a sweatshirt that she was wearing earlier today?
No.
Did you physically see her features, or just matched the room and it matched her kind of
Well, I
shape?
saw her. I didn't see her face or anything, but I saw like her legs.
Okay. Did you see anything else in the room?
Other than like her clothes and stuff on the floor, but that's how it was before.
Okay.
It was messy.
Nothing else on the floor?
Y'all, how could she see Xana's legs from the door? Because her head was when you opened the door. Her legs were at the feet of the bed. How could she have seen her legs? Let me grab those news release photos, because they were blurred out. Let me just look at these real quick. How could she see her feet? Good night, Les. Thanks for joining us. Let me see. How did she see her feet? Yeah, plus she was supposed to be laying in a pool of blood because they blurred those crime scene photos out. How did she see her feet? And she says she didn't see her face? I'm confused. Let me look at this. How in the world? Now they released them, they blurred them out. Yeah, it's blurred out. You can't see her feet. How in the world? And then she's able to say she was in a black sweatshirt and underwear. How could she see underwear if her body was... Okay, let me just say this. If her body was in the middle of the room, let me pull these up again. Let me see if that one's in this. Of the door. and they blurred it out. How? This is not mathing up. I'm looking for that one picture. I know I've got it somewhere here. How in the world could she see unless she was inside the room? Let me see where this photo is. That doesn't make sense to me. From this picture, this angle, the door, the rug, you can see nothing unless she was at the door. Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me. I know you guys have seen the photo. They blurred out the bedroom door. Now they won't release any new footage. And all right, well, let's listen to the rest of this. It only has a few more minutes left. She was laying from the head. Her head was when you see the door. And they blurred out, allegedly, her upper body, but her lower body, you can't see from the door. Let me see if I can pull this picture up. Hold on. Yeah, you can't see her from the doorway. So where was Bethany standing? Where could she have been? If she could see the sweatshirt and know that her underwear, she had a black sweatshirt on, then she had to have been closer. Maybe Xana was wearing all black and that says she was covered in blood. Oh, that would make sense. But she was all black. She had a black sweatshirt on. Did she have black underwear too? Because it didn't specify. I thought it was tan underwear. That would make sense. She was all in black. She was wearing a black sweatshirt. That would make total sense. But it did say she had a pair of tan underwear on. But if she was all in black, then that would give true to the black sweatshirt. Yep. So they all saw. They had to. Everybody saw. Dylan saw. I thought I seen black lace. She was in all black. Now that makes sense because here's the picture. Here's the picture. I'm going to put this up here. If she made it to the top of the stairs, is this not the top of her body? Is her bottom of her body facing? That doesn't make sense. Let me put this on the, hold on a minute. Look at this. So I always thought this was Xana's head right here. So she's at the top of the stairs looking this way. She's saying she could see her head. Her legs. If you can see her legs, you have to be closer to see what she's wearing over here if her head was facing this way. Okay. if her head was facing, oh, you can't see my marker. Dang it. Hold on a minute. Let me see if I can share this one instead. Let me see. Yeah, you can see my little hand on there. Can you? Oh, shoot. If you can see right here where my little hand marker is, if this is Xana's legs and her head is over here by the bed, because the bed should be back this way. The vanity should be over here. If this is her legs, you would have to stand at the door, because remember, this door opens right to left. It opens right to left. So for her to say that door was halfway open, halfway closed, and if these are her legs, you would have to be standing at the doorway to even see what the top of her body is wearing. Wasn't there a mirror on the wall in the bedroom? Yes. But Bethany saw, she could have seen her legs in the mirror. You've got a great point. It looks like the back of the head facing the door, but I don't know. Well, okay. They said she was prone position, so she was laying on her back face up. That's prone position. She's on her back face up. So if this is just her legs, you would have to be literally at the doorway to see and peer in and look at the rest of the body to see she was wearing up on her upper part of the body. And that would be probably black. And then her underwear. But how did Dylan know at 4:22 that yes, you're absolutely right. Because I think when Dylan ran down, that place was lit up. And if this door was open, she could see. Maybe she went to go see. If she saw the guy leave and she walked by here, she may have seen Xana on the ground already. But Bethany just said she was in a black sweatshirt. It would be hard to see if the door was partially closed. And that's exactly what I said. You have to open the door to be able to see. Because they were already crying prior to Emily and Hunter getting there. Yeah, they knew. They had to have known. In my humble opinion, they had to have known. Wow.
Do you know for sure who came into the house and did that?
Okay,
Whatever happened to your friends? Do you have an idea of who may have come in and done that? For the theories that people are talking about?
What's the theories?
I don't know his last name.
Did we talk about him earlier?
Yeah.
At what point were we talking about it?
The grocery truck guy.
Yeah.
My bad. They were in supine position. That is face up, back down. It says supine. Sorry, guys. So she was face up, supine.
Why are people saying that he did it?
Just because he's known for like having anger issues or whatever.
Is that the one that you told us about?
Yeah, and he lives at the grounds by himself.
So what issue would he have with any of those four? Have you ever heard of him having a problem with any of them? Mm-hmm. Have you ever heard of him having like an infatuation or anything like that?
Mm-hmm.
So when did you first hear about the theory?
Not yesterday, the day before.
And who did you hear about?
Hey, it says she was in a gray shirt and tan underwear. Hold on, I'll pull up the document again. I just had to go double check. Let me grab it. Right here. When I arrived, I entered the residence and I observed a woman wearing a sweatshirt and underwear laying in the bedroom floor covered in blood. I observed deep lacerations. The female was surrounded by yada, yada, yada. Yeah, hold on. Sweatshirt she was wearing was an Under Armour gray. Calvin Klein underwear small, beige. So if she was saying that she was in all black, I bet that it was truly dried blood or blood that it was that she saw. She had to have. If you're looking from a distance and you just assume, oh, this person's wearing all black, think about it. Wearing all black. Why would she be wearing all black? All right, let's finish watching this. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Why won't it let me share this one? Hold on. Here we go.
He wasn't really hanging out with any of them either, right?
And how old is he? Is he like still in college?
I'm guessing, but I have no idea.
Do you know where out in the Bronx he lives? You just know he lives there by himself?
That's just what someone said, yeah.
Have you seen this guy around school or?
I
Thunder,
personally have
true crime audio.
So you wouldn't know what kind of car he drives or anything like that?
Any other theories you've heard?
Since the incident, have you had anyone reach out to you or contact you that in their conversations with you seem different, seem odd? Nothing concerning to you with anyone who's talking to you right now?
You doing okay?
Have you looked into getting counseling yet?
I think my mom has.
Yeah. Do you know anyone within your group or people who come to your house that they've now left Moscow?
Most people have left.
Was there anyone that left sooner than everybody else? It seems like they were gone already and out of town before this news really broke out.
Not that I know of.
Okay.
Anybody that you haven't had contact with that normally you would have? Anybody that you're having contact with that normally you wouldn't have?
No.
Okay. I think that's all I've got, unless you can think of anything else. I mean, you did a really good job. Thank you. And you gave us information that I think is very helpful. Just to kind of give you an update on where we're going. We still haven't.
That runs still.
Yeah, it's still under run. As of right now, we still haven't released the house. I know that was one question. I can't remember if it was your mom. When we're going to release the house, so I think they can come get your stuff. We still haven't released it yet. We're still going to have another forensic team come up and go back through the residence. We've also requested the assistance of the FBI, so they're now helping us too as well. So there's a lot of people right now working on this case to try and figure out what happened to your friend. So at this point, it's going to be very important if you hear anything, if anyone reaches out to you and gives weird details of the incident, because as you've noticed, we haven't released a whole lot of information. And that, so anything that somebody reaches out and starts talking to you about it, that to you it feels like they maybe know more than most people should, please let us know immediately, because that might be somebody we want to talk to.
This isn't like someone that knew more than they should, but one of our friends, like they were just trying to figure out like what happened.
Okay.
And they were looking at like the photos from the house, and it looked like Kaylee's like blinds or something were like pulled down or like not right, and she always had them perfectly closed.
So what do you mean?
Like they were kind of broken.
Like on the news, somebody was seeing photos.
Like news and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, that could have been us.
No, yeah, just the photo, but someone said that the blinds weren't like.
She's saying
Well,
that
No, we could have been the ones who have disturbed the blind.
Oh, okay.
Because we did go out onto that back balcony.
Okay.
So we actually, you're talking about this blind on the slider? Yeah, we moved those multiple times.
Oh, okay.
Because we stepped out on the back balcony wondering if it was a point of entry and stuff like that. So we went out there several different times. Guys were walking all around the back balcony. So that easily could have been us who disturbed those.
Okay.
But it's good information though. So, okay. Well, I don't have anything else. Do you have any questions for me? Okay. If anything comes up, feel free to reach out to me.
Plunder, True Crime Audio.
I'll give your attorney my card as well, so if you don't feel like it, you can always reach out to him and he can ask me questions. We're not trying to leave you in the dark. You're involved in this, but we will try and give you as much info as we can, obviously, okay? All right. Again, thank you. I appreciate you sitting down with me and talking to me. The only last question I have, are you still communicating with... Do you know why she's very hesitant to talk to me right now? Is she struggling pretty bad?
I think so, but she also said she talked to her attorney or something. So I think he's making her worry more, and her mom making her worry more. She said something.
Does her mom do that quite a bit?
Stressing her out and her worried about like the press and stuff like that.
Okay, and I can understand that. I know she seems a little stressed. I talked to her a little bit the other day. Was trying to meet with her yesterday, but we weren't able to make that work. But okay.
One question I have, other than the alcohol that you talked about and Adderall you talked about, is there anyone in the house that you're aware of that takes prescription medication or treats for any therapy, anxiety, mental illness, any of that? And how about any of the other people in the home? Do you know what
I know of?
Do you know if it takes any medications or anything like that?
We've never really talked about it.
Okay. Do you know if anyone in the house was selling pills or anything like that?
No one knows.
Good. Okay. All right. I think I'm done.
Good. We'll set that off transcriber. It's
Okay, so while we were in the middle of watching that video, I did find the PEYTON Rossi video, which I am going to watch. If you guys want to watch it with me, feel free to stay. If you can't, totally understand. I know it's late in some areas. Obviously, Dylan and Bethany both agreed they weren't aware of anyone having a script for that blue powder that was tested to be allegedly Adderall. Some interesting stuff. I want to see what PEYTON Rossi has to say. And this looks like, I don't know who is going to interview him. Hold on. I know it's redacted. I tried to listen to a little bit of it. Is this Maori's office? Let's see. Whoever's got body cam on. So they're going to sit down and they're going to probably start interviewing him. Maybe Blaker? Maybe.
All right. I'm just going to get some basic information about you real fast. Before we get started here. How's your day going?
Scared.
What is your middle initial? Perfect.
Yes, sir.
You related in California?
My grandparents lived there for a while. But,
Really, which part?
I think it was like San Jose Obispo, I want to say.
Okay. I won my high school shop teacher. His last name was, but I lived up in Northern California. So
Gotcha.
sweet. And are you the?
Why did he ask him immediately if he had any relatives in California? Anybody know? This is Peyton Rossi. So Peyton Rossi obviously was at the University of Idaho, and he is from the Boise area. Real quick, he works in tech. He was at the U of I, and he was the president of Gamma Gamma chapter of Beta Theta Pi. So he knows some people out there. Okay, this is Peyton Rossi, the president over at Beta Theta Pi. Okay, everybody got that?
The president right now of?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sweet. What is the address? Perfect. And what's your date of birth? What's your date of? I know I called you. What's your phone number? Yeah, I was one of the guys that just did the cop talks. You probably remember me, so
Yeah.
cool. Can you just walk me through just your night
Sure.
on, let's see, so today's Monday the 14th, so like the night of the 12th, which is Saturday, like going into the 13th, which is early Sunday morning?
Yeah. So Saturday I went to a house party.
Okay.
A tree house. I ran into. I'm sure you know her.
You said it was a what party? Tree house party?
Yeah, like a house party. The house is like called Tree House.
Oh, okay, where's that at?
It's like right next to the White apartments. Like a little house, like right next to it.
Okay.
Just like down the hill from that park.
Do you know the address of it or no?
I don't.
Okay. Is there a certain sorority that?
Yeah.
Which?
I believe.
Okay.
I think so. I live in there.
Okay. So you went to a party there?
Yes, sir.
Do you remember what time about?
I think I left around 10 or 11.
You left?
I left Treehouse around 10 or 11. We were there pretty early, just watching the football game.
Okay, what time did you get there at? I know, ballpark estimate.
Probably close to like the end of the third quarter of the football game, so probably like...
Of the Vandal game?
Yeah. Like
okay.
I don't know, 6:30.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Okay. And you said you left there around like 10?
10 or 11, I want to say. And then I came home and watched a movie.
Came back in home.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's a little bit more information on Peyton real quick while we're in the process. This is, obviously his pictures. You can see that's the frat. But he just shared something very interesting from the Gonzalez family page. He asked, not sure if petitions help, but all it does is take a signature. And this petition leads to stop the production of the Idaho 4 movie. They are not happy with it. It looks like somebody, Emily Leonti has made the petition to stop this filming. And wow, it's wild. Wild. So there's more a little bit about Peyton. And he even is talking about the attorney for Timmy Reed and his family calling the University of Idaho to hold the football players accountable for their alleged acts of violence. Looks like he is pretty well known, president of the frat. We can go back, but let's watch his interview.
Okay. Was it the only gal that was there
That I noticed.
that you noticed? Okay. Okay, so you said you came back between 10 and 11.
Yes, sir.
You were watching a movie with your and his girlfriend, and then what happened after that?
I went to bed, and then I ended up going and picking up 3 seniors from the club around 2, I want to say.
Okay. You remember what time you went to bed?
Probably like right after, probably like 2:30, 3.
Okay. Did you go to bed before you picked them up or no?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, so you watched a movie, you went to sleep, then you got a phone call?
Yeah, I was laying in bed, and then like we usually have a sober driver,
Right.
for like nights, weekends, and stuff.
Yep.
And one of our freshmen got pulled over, kind of let off with a warning. He wasn't like driving his own car.
Right.
So he just came home and told him, don't worry about rides or anything. Like for the rest of the night, I don't want you to get in trouble or anything.
Right.
And then
So you kind of took over that role for the night then?
yeah, I just picked up just from the club.
You said?
Yeah.
And who else?
Just those 3, sir.
Sorry. And who else?
Okay.
Okay. And they're all
Yes, sir.
okay. You picked them 3 up at the club?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then what happened when you picked them up from the club?
I just drove them home and dropped them off.
Did you guys all leave the vehicle together to go back in the house, or did anybody?
They live at an outhouse. Sorry, I should have been clear.
Okay, where do they live at?
They live at a place called It's on King Street.
Okay.
It's right across from, I guess, like when you pull into that, like there's like that small little street and that cul-de-sac kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like it's the white house on the right.
So they kind of live by the cul-de-sac.
Yeah, it's like,
so if you pull onto King Road,
yep, you see like houses, those apartments, and then that little like breakaway street, like where you can turn left and
onto Queen.
Right?
Yeah.
And then so they live like right past that on the left on King Road, just like past where you turn left. You just keep going straight, and they live in the back like corner. Right there.
Okay, so kind of closer to the cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
Okay. And you dropped all three of them off?
Yes, sir.
Okay, did they say like what they were going to do or anything? Did you see them like go inside?
Yeah, I saw. I mean, they were going inside. I didn't really think of it too much. I just kind of reversed down and drove back home.
Okay, and you said that was around what time?
Yeah, I can see when, because I called Jack, I can see what timestamp that is. To try and make it a little more. I just don't want to give you the wrong time.
No, you're good, bro. Thanks, man.
Yeah, I called Jack to pick him up at 1:49.
And which Jack was it? Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll say, so you called him at 1:49?
Yeah, just to let him know that I was at the club there ready to pick him up. And then I dropped him off, so I probably was back home by 2:15, 2:30.
What club was that?
The Corner Club.
Okay. So at 1:49. Okay. Did any of them say anything or mention if they were with anybody, or you just basically picked them up and dropped them off?
I just picked them up. It just kind of sounded like they were the last people that didn't get a ride. So when I told our freshmen to like just hold off on giving rides, I guess they were just kind of the ones that got stranded. So that's why I got them.
Gotcha. When you picked them up, were they with anybody else?
No.
Okay.
No, just those. I just took those three guys.
Okay, and then you dropped them off. They got out of your car, and then.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that
no,
worth noting or anything?
Not that I can think of, sir. No.
Okay. Okay. Was there a lot of parties going on off of King and Queen that night, you know?
Honestly, not that I know of.
Yeah.
I know there's like a couple different for sure.
So I think the house that he was trying to describe is this one right here. So here's the little cul-de-sac. Here's the Queen Road. The one he was describing is this one. And I will show you on the Statesman video what house it is. So where is it? Here it is. Look at this video. When you look at this picture I'm about to show you. Okay. This is the house he's talking about right here. The house that all this activity that was going on during what was happening over at 1122. If you go and you see these people that are in the windows up at the top of here, outside of the door, this is the house I believe he was talking about. But I do know that if he picked up Jack Decor and all those other three guys, it's this house on the cul-de-sac. So I don't know which house he's talking about, but I'm thinking it was, Jack lived here, but there was a lot of activity going on in this house right here. Okay? A lot of activity. So let's finish watching this.
Stories that all
right.
King Roads. I don't really know exactly what all of them were doing.
But not anything you specifically noticed that night, though?
No, I was only at Treehouse, and I was, by the time I left, there's like 4 people left at Treehouse.
Okay.
So, and after that, nobody I knew.
Okay.
Any paid his ride and parties besides the guys that were 21 just at the bar.
Okay. Do you have any questions for me or anything you want saying or anything?
I'm just like, I'm personally kind of just like scared, and
Right.
Zana was one of my friends.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear about that, by the way, man. So it's definitely not
know
something normal and easy to comprehend.
Yeah,
So
it's I don't think hit me completely yet, but you guys are saying like there's no like immediate threat on
correct.
This, which is I just don't really understand like how that's possible if there's no guy in custody or there's no suspect.
Right. Yeah. So we're still trying to do the best we can to put everything together. So, but as of right now, yeah, that I would say that's an accurate statement. So, just know obviously you have resources out there, and I know the Greek life community is not extremely big, and a lot of people know each other and hang out with each other. So, I mean, talk to one another. Be there, especially as a leader. Like, be there for your dudes. Like, this is just not something that people go through, right?
Yeah.
This is Moscow. Like, anything can happen anywhere, but Moscow's a relatively extremely safe community, as you know. I've been here for a minute, so just utilize the resources on campus and your brothers and stuff like that. If you hear anything or anything worth of noting, like anything could help out at this point. Okay, so
yeah, I've been trying, but I don't know.
Okay.
I hadn't talked to Zana for a couple of weeks.
Okay.
So it's
okay.
I know that there's a lot of my guys in my house that plan on going home today.
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of stick around. I think I'm planning on leaving tomorrow, if that's okay. Like, I know this.
You do whatever you want, man. Yeah, you're not obligated to stay here. I just
wanted to make sure if there's another, if you guys need anything else.
Yeah, I could just give you a call if anything. But yeah, if there's anything that you end up hearing or something, anything, like even if you're like, yeah, whatever, like just you can always give me a call or any one of us a call.
Okay.
But yeah, man, that's all I really have for you. I appreciate you coming in and taking the time out of your day,
Sure.
Especially with everything else going on. So, all right, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Take care. You can go out that door right there. That'll go right out to the hallway.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so that was the interview with PEYTON Rossi. He was the president, and obviously he was a really good friend of Zana. And obviously he's the first person that I have seen really, even for a guy, distraught over the loss of Zana. So I'm really super shocked. I don't know. What are your thoughts about this, guys? What do you think about the interview with, let's wrap this up with, what did you think about the interview, the finished version with Bethany? And what do you think? Let's go with that one first. I mean, humor me. Why is he being so freaking weird with the statement? Who says that? A guilty person. Oh, yeah. I don't know. Doesn't add up. JD's story doesn't add up. His actions were strange. Figured out Olivia deleted the LinkedIn. Plus that camera she ran to get and calling EG is strange to me, just saying. Yeah, it seemed like it kind of played out that way, Yeah, that is weird. I mean, they were really involved in a lot of what was going on. That is just really odd. So PEYTON Rossi, he actually went to, Bishop Kelly. So not only did he know Zana, did he know, in fact, perhaps Dylan? Did he know Dylan? Was he into any sports? Maybe, maybe not. Let me take a look. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, but it's so weird. So weird. I don't know what to think about the rest of Bethany's. I can't talk today. Bethany's interview is just kind of throwing me off for a loop, guys. Very ambiguous, vague. She knows some details. I believe she knows some details. And what? Don't know. And the whole seeing Xana in a black sweatshirt, I don't know. It was gray. Maybe she saw blood and it was black. Maybe that's what she saw. And I'm just thinking, oh, I don't even have the picture up there. Shoot. I'm just thinking to myself, what could be the motive? I mean, let's think about this.
Listen close, we rise up from the ashes, digging for the truth, breaking old habits. We marching with the nesters, they laid the foundation, passed down revelation, sparked our motivation. In a world of facades, we peeling back the layers. Truth is the weapon that cuts through all the fakers. Phonets in our chest, reborn from deception. Eyes wide open, no room for misdirection. Every step we take, we honor the connection between past and present, forging our resurrection. Phoenix rises in truth, setting us free from the lies that they feed. We reclaim our beliefs, thinking differently, we'll break every chain. We dance for freedom, case by case, again. We cultivate vision, planting seeds of awareness, challenge the narrative, break out of the harness, digging deep for knowledge, unearthing the hidden. Our minds are the soil where the future is longer confined by the scripts they prescribe. We write our own story, let the real one subscribe. One voice becomes many, together we rally. Freedom's not a concept, it's a move and a tally. Case, we break the cage. Thought by thought, we shift the stage. Phoenix rises in truth, setting us free from the lies that they feed. We reclaim our beliefs, thinking differently, we'll break every chain. We dance for freedom, case by case, again. Rise up, speak out, watch the new world breathe.